Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Shop My Stash video. I haven't done one of these in a little while, and these are just fun to do. I love to take you to pick out a bunch of things from my makeup collection, and we use all the products to do a makeup look together. So this is the look that I created and I love it. I'm excited to share it with you, so I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe, and let's get started. We're gonna pick out some makeup. I'm not really sure what I wanna do as far as makeup. I should probably figure that out before, but we're just gonna pick and just go from there. So we'll start with primers, which are here. Let's see. Actually, let's pick foundation first. Sometimes that kind of changes my thought on a primer. Maybe we'll do Pat McGrath. I haven't done this in a while. The Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. It's a really nice one. I haven't used this in a little while, so we'll go with that. I think I will actually do a primer with this foundation. This is typically one that kind of takes on the finish of whatever you have underneath. So trying to decide if I want to go more glowy or more on the matte side. I think I want to do more glow. So I either want to do Flawless Filter or maybe even this from Iconic London. Let's do this, the Underglow Blurring Primer. I've never tried that with the Pat McGrath before, so I think we'll go with that. And for a corrector, I think I'll actually go with Pixi today, one of my favorites in my collection, and then we'll pick a concealer too. I don't have the Pat McGrath concealer. I've never been able to find my shade in that one, so we'll pick something else. Maybe we'll do this. I have not used this Milk concealer in a really long time. This is the, I don't even remember the name, Future Fluid concealer. Maybe we'll do that. I have not used that in a very long time. So that should be everything for this drawer. Okay, we'll start with powder in this drawer. I'm gonna pull this out. I have not used this. This is an under eye powder from Pat McGrath. It's kind of rubbed off. I think it's the Underglow blurring powder or something like that, but this is the light color. So we'll use that maybe to set the concealer. I don't always set my concealer, but I feel like I kind of want to today. Kind of want to pick a powder that has a little bit more of a matte finish since we're going to be using more of a glowy primer. I'm going to pull this out. This is Maybelline Fit Me, the loose powder. I also have another powder over at my desk, the Hourglass one, that I might use instead, but we'll pull this out for now. And I definitely want to do a highlighter, and I want to do a powder instead of a cream. I think I might pull this highlighter out. This is so pretty. It's Peach Quartz from House Labs. I think we'll do that. All right, and then we'll pick bronzer. I don't think I'm going to use a face palette today, so we'll skip that. But I do want to pick a bronzer, maybe a cream and a powder. I think I might use this bronzer. This is the Surratt bronzer. I love it, so pretty. Such a nice formula. So I might pull that out and use that with my Mario or maybe my Merit bronzer, which I already have out. But I'm gonna pull both of those. And let me see here, actually. I actually have two. It's actually this one that I want. This is the lighter Surratt bronzer, so I'm going to pull that one out. And I think that's it for here. Let's pick a blush. Pat McGrath. This one is really pretty. This is Pat McGrath Divine Rose blush. I might pull that out, actually. I haven't used that in a little while. I think I'll do a cream and a powder this time. I might do one of these Armani blushes. This one's really pretty. It's the hot pink one. But there's one, I forget which number it is. It's like, that's not it. It's like a rosy color. maybe it's the, okay, it's this one. Shade 51. I feel like that would pair well with that Pat McGrath. I think we'll do that. And that should be it for here. Brows. Let's see. Honestly, I'm probably going to use my brow powder that I already have out, the new one from Anastasia. Maybe I'll pull out a brow pencil too, and I can use a little bit of that. I'll pull out the Rare Beauty brow pencil. I may not end up using it, but I'll do that. And then I already have a clear brow gel out that we will use for eyeliner. I think I'm going to pull this out. I may not end up using this, but I'm thinking about it possibly. The Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner. It's the one that's like a cranberry color. It's really pretty. I'm going to pull that out. I may not end up using it, but that will be a possibility. I'm going to pull this mascara out. This is City Beauty Beyond Mascara. We'll go for that. And then I think I want to use an eyeshadow palette, so I'm not sure if I need any of my singles today. So that's it for here. Okay, normally I pick my lip next, but I think I'm going to do eyes first and then we'll pick the lip because that'll probably be easier. Let's see. Should we use this? I have not used this palette in a long time. I love this palette though, the Sigma, what is this? The Enchanted palette. Kind of want to use like these pink tones right here maybe. Yeah, I have not used this palette in a long time. I think I might do that. Let's see if anything else kind of stands out to me. Oh, this is also a pretty palette. This is not really what I'm thinking today, but this palette is so nice. This chocolate, what is this? Not a box of chocolates. That's not really the vibe I'm going for today, but I love that palette, the ColourPop palette. Ooh, this is also really nice. One of the best drugstore launches of the year, in my opinion. These from LA Girl. These are so good. These Foreplay quads. I have 2 of them. They're so nice, but that's not really pink. I was thinking more of like a rosy, mauve-y eye look. I'm trying to think, what else do I have that's kind of that color scheme. This is pretty also, the BK Beauty palette. There's not a ton of like pinky colors in there though. This is the Side by Side from Nabla. There's some pink shades in here too, actually. I think I want to use the Sigma palette. Let's go with the Sigma. All right, so if I do something on like the pink mauve side, trying to decide what lip I want to pair with that. Thinking maybe this MAC lipstick that I love. This is Modesty. That's an option. Or let's see. One of these BK Beauty lipsticks would probably be also really pretty. This is Inner Beauty. I'll probably just pull out a few of these, honestly. I also have this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I think it's this one. No, just kidding. This one. This is really pretty too. This is Dance Floor Princess. I might pull that one out too. Okay, so we'll do one of those for the lip, I guess. And then let's see, for lip. Oh, you know what else might also be pretty though? I just saw this is Lily from Revie Beauty. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out too. Lip liner. Maybe this. This would probably be a good color. Oh Snap from ColourPop. Structure from Pat McGrath would probably also be good, so I'm gonna pull that out too. I'm gonna pull out the Fussy gloss also. Fussy in the Heat formula from Fenty. I might not end up using that, but I'm gonna pull it out anyway. And that, I think, is everything. All right, let's get started. We'll start, I thought about doing my eyes first, but I never like it when I do that, so I'm just gonna go with how I normally do things. We're gonna use this Iconic London primer. This is the Underglow Blurring Primer. I really like this primer. I definitely think it adds more glow though than it does blurring. I know they say that it does both, but I don't know. I find it adds more glow in my opinion. But I feel like it should pair nicely with that Pat McGrath foundation. For corrector today, I pulled out the Pixi corrector in Peach. One of my favorites ever. The only thing I do not love about this corrector is this packaging. I'm fine with a little pot like this, but they need to make it a little bit bigger. This thing is too small. Like, you really cannot get your finger all the way in, but I love this color. I think it comes in one shade darker. I'm not sure how dark it is because I've never seen the darker shade in person. I think typically when I see these in store, they only have this shade, which is Brightening Peach, but I do know it comes in like an apricot shade, I'm pretty sure. For foundation, we're going to use the Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection. I really like this foundation. It's really pretty. It's like one of the thinnest foundation consistencies in my collection, really, that I've tried. It's very, very liquidy. And I have the shade Light number 5. I actually really like the Pat McGrath concealer, but I have never been able to find a shade in it that I really like. Everything I feel like is extremely yellow. Even like the cooler tones to me seem pretty yellow. So I like the formula. I wish they would kind of either alter the shades or add more, because I do like it, but I just have never found a great match for me. I know when I bought this, a lot of you told me this was like your holy grail foundation, the Pat McGrath, because it's so thin and just really, really skin-like. It has more of like a natural finish naturally, but if you pair it with something more glowy, then it'll look a little bit glowier, and then you can obviously also pair it with more of a mattifying primer, and it'll look a little bit more matte. For concealer, we're going to use the Milk Future Fluid, and then I think I might also add a little bit of another concealer that I have out here. This one is really yellow. This is shade 7 in the Milk concealer, but I'm going to mix in a little bit of this Givenchy concealer in C180 because it's a lot more neutral to kind of cooler leaning. Okay, I'm gonna blend under my eyes with my Sigma F03 brush, which I love so much for concealer. If you've been around my channel for a long time, you will have heard me talk about this brush for concealer. It's so good. It's also nice for highlighter, which is what it was intended for, but I love it for concealer. Also, very, very exciting, I now have a Sigma discount code. I've been wanting one forever, and I finally have one. It's just Blair. And I believe when this video goes up, the Sigma Black Friday sale is already going on, and it's 40% off. 40% off of everything, which is really, really good. And I think you can use discount codes on top of the 40%, I'm pretty sure. So if you use my code or whoever's code, you don't have to use my code, I think you should be able to save on top of the 40%, which is amazing. I did add that Milk concealer here as well, just to add a little bit more coverage to the Pat McGrath foundation in that area. Okay, for bronzer, I'm gonna start with the Makeup by Mario, the Skin Enhancer in light medium. And I'm actually just using my foundation brush to apply this. I used the Smashbox foundation brush today. which I really like. Also, it's very similar to the BK Beauty one that I love, the 106. I want to use this because since I'm going to layer powder bronzer over the top, I like to use a cream bronzer. Sometimes it's a little bit more sheer, just so I don't get too much pigment. Because this really only gives you like a very light wash of bronzer. For cream blush, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath. This is the Glow Color Balm in Divine Rose. So I'm going to get it on the back of my hand. I love this pink. I'm just going to use my same brush again. This is kind of, I would say, similar to the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Balms. That's kind of what, not Moisture Glow, where'd I get that? The Makeup by Mario blush veils, the soft pop blush veils. That's what this Pat McGrath formula reminds me of. I've got something on my face right here. Are you ever doing your makeup and you just feel like there's something on your face and you can't like find where it is? I feel like it's a piece of fuzz or something. Yeah, it was like a hair. I hate that feeling when you feel like you have something on your face. I feel like this Divine Rose color is a little bit similar to Perfect Pink from Makeup by Mario, the blush veil. That's what this color kind of reminds me of. Okay, we're gonna do powder now because I look real dewy. So I pulled out that Fit Me powder, but I really want to try this. If you saw my everyday makeup drawer video a few videos ago for this month, I mentioned in that video that I actually got this a while ago. This is the Hourglass Veil Powder. I got it during the Nordstrom sale. I was about to say the Sephora sale. The Nordstrom sale. And they had a set that you could get the powder and then you could get the brush, which actually I should be using the brush because I keep forgetting that I have it. Maybe I'll use it right now. Okay, finally got it. I had to like cut those plastic pieces off. But anyway, during the Nordstrom sale, you could get the Hourglass brush with the powder, and it was a full-size powder, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I forget what the price was, but anyway, that's when I got this, and I don't know how it never made it in a video, but it did not. So I want to use this powder because I feel like I'm one of the last people to use it for sure. The lid is not the most ideal thing. It has like this little divot thing in it. I wish it was just smooth all the way across. I'm using the small side to set everywhere really, but especially like right here in the T-zone because that's where I look the shiniest. And I don't want shine there. I guess I could also use this under my eyes. I pulled out that Pat McGrath powder. Let me look at this on my face and see what I think. Oh, it looks nice actually. That is really nice. It definitely toned down the shine, but it didn't totally mattify. Like I definitely still have some glow on my skin. Let's use, I guess since I pulled it out, we'll use this Pat McGrath under eye powder. Okay, I'm just gonna use this Morphe brush and just lightly apply that powder under my eyes. Then I'm gonna use my Surratt bronzer. This is the Artistique bronzer in Soleil Doux, I think, or Doux, I'm not sure. And I'm just gonna go around with my Rephr number 5 brush and just kind of lightly go over where we put the Makeup by Mario bronzer. But really just focusing it kind of on this outer portion. Not gonna bring a whole lot of it in. And then I'm gonna bring some down my neck. And for powder blush, I'm gonna use this one from Armani. These are the Luminous Silk blushes. This one is in shade 51. You can actually get a set of these right now, like a holiday set from Sephora, and I think this is one of the shades that's in there. 51, it's just a really nice rosy pink. But these are really, really beautiful blushes. They are not like intensely pigmented, not that they don't have any pigment at all, but they aren't like in your face immediately kind of pigment, but you can really build them up if you want. And I'm gonna use a little bit of this. I feel like I don't really need it, but I'm gonna use it. The Haus Labs highlighter in Peach Quartz. These highlighters, these Haus Labs ones, they are really beautiful. I feel like I kind of forget about mine because I have this one and I have the pink one. I think it's called Pink Quartz, but they're beautiful powders. Moving on to brows, I'm gonna use this because oops, I just dug my finger into it. I can't be stopped with this brow powder. I'm literally obsessed with this. I don't know what it is, but I just can't get enough of this look in my brows right now. So I'm using the ABH brow powder in medium brown, and then maybe I'll go in with this pencil I pulled out, which is the Rare Beauty one. But I've just been all about this lately. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow. I did just prime my eyes with this NARS eyeshadow primer, and we're gonna use the Sigma Enchanted palette today. I've not used this palette in a very long time, but I just love, I don't know, I love this color story. It's very different, I feel, from anything that I have. So I'm gonna start with this shade here, which is the lightest, like creamy color in the palette. And I'm gonna use actually this brush that comes in the palette. All the Sigma palettes come with a double-ended brush like this, which is nice. The larger Sigma palettes do, I should say. So I'm just applying this all over, really just to kind of set that NARS primer. Okay, now I'm gonna go into this shade here that is called Innocent. It's a pink, kind of a lighter rosy pink, and I'm gonna use that same brush. This is, I forget what, oh, I think it says right here, the E38 is what this brush is than the Sigma palette. It's just like their version of a fluffy crease brush. So I'm gonna put that on as my crease color. It's a really pretty shade. Now I'm gonna go into this really pretty pink right here. This is called Budding, and I'm gonna use the other end of this brush that comes with the palette. This is an E54, and I'm not gonna spray this time. I'm gonna try it without spraying it first, but I'm gonna pack this all over my lid. I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger and add a little bit more. Yeah, you just get more intensity with your finger. I could probably wet the brush and get the same effect, but I'm just gonna use my finger. I'm gonna use this A502 from BK Beauty. It's one of the Angie brushes. And I'm gonna go into this shade here called Loam. It's a brown, like a taupey brown, purpley brown. And I'm gonna use this in my outer corner here. And then I'm gonna go back to my original brush, and I use the fluffy end and just kind of feather over it just to diffuse the edges. I really like the Sigma eyeshadow formula. It's really easy to work with, especially the mattes. Okay, I'm gonna use that eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk liner because I feel like this color just goes really, really well with this eye look. So I'm gonna do it kind of in the waterline, but really trying to get like in between my lashes. This is kind of how I've been doing eyeliner recently. And then I'll add a little bit on this upper lash line, really, really close to the root of the lashes. And then I'll kind of flick it out just a little. I'm just gonna take my 208 from BK Beauty and I'm gonna kind of get a little bit of that liner on there and use that to kind of do a bit of a wing. I need to double check and see if this liner is back, or not liner, if this brush is back in stock, because last time I tried to order another one, it was out of stock. And I need like tons of these. I can't live without this with my makeup, truly. This Charlotte Tilbury liner, I will say, it's highly underrated to me. I don't hear too many people talk about it, but this color is so beautiful. It's purple, but it has like, it's almost a wine color. It's really, really pretty. Let's do a little bit on the lower lash line. I kind of want to take this shade right here called Plume. It's a purple too, but it's a little bit darker, more of like, almost like a magenta purple. And I think I'm gonna try using this with the other end of this brush. I just sprayed this brush also with some setting spray. I kind of want to put this on my lower lash line and see if that works. Oh yeah, that's really pretty under there. And then I'm gonna go into that first shade that we used with a little pencil brush. This is the 210 from BK Beauty. And I'm gonna kind of just go over that one shade just to smudge it out just a little. Okay, I'm just going to curl my lashes and then we'll move on to some mascara. I'm actually gonna do one eye at a time, curl and then do mascara. We're using the City Beauty mascara. This is another really great mascara. I wish it came in brown. Last, for the lips, I pulled out a bunch of lip products, trying to decide what I want to use. I have ColourPop here in Oh Snap, and then I also have Structure from Pat McGrath, which is there. I might do Structure from Pat McGrath. Love that one. And then for lipstick, I'm not really sure. I have Dance Floor Princess from Charlotte Tilbury. And then I have Inner Beauty from BK Beauty. Kind of thinking about that one. And then I also pulled out Modesty from MAC. So you have Modesty, BK Beauty, and Dance Floor Princess from Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like one of these two, either Modesty or Inner Beauty. I guess maybe we'll do Modesty. Oh, I forgot, I also had Lily from Revue Beauty. Oh well, we'll just go with what we have. I'm gonna top it with Fussy from Fenty. This is the finished look. I actually really love how this turned out. Usually when I do shop my stash videos, I either really, really like it or I usually end up not liking it at all because I don't really plan it out. I just kind of go with whatever I'm in the mood for. But I feel like I really like this assortment of products for sure. Oh, the one thing I was gonna say is I'm very excited about this powder. This looked really, really pretty on my skin, and not in the sense that it totally mattified my face. It definitely did really tone down a lot of the glow that I had, but it didn't take it away entirely. It kind of reminds me of the Kosas Cloud Set powder. That's kind of what that does for me. So I'm excited to keep using that, and I am so happy to have brought this palette back out again because this is such a beautiful palette. If you love these colors and you don't have this one, this is a beautiful palette, and now's a great time to get it because you can get it 40% off, or actually a little bit more than that if you use a code. But this is just beautiful. The Sigma eyeshadow formula is so nice, very easy to use, very buildable, very blendable, and I really enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed this Shop My Stash. I know a lot of you love Shop My Stash videos, so I want to start doing them more often, at least once a month, because they're fun. So I hope you enjoyed. I will have everything listed and linked below for you as always. They are affiliated links that support the channel if you use them. So thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.